everyone, welcome back. If you do not know, my name is Devon. Here on my channel I cover all things beauty. That includes makeup, fragrance, and designer here and there. If you think that is something you'll be interested in, then I hope you stay and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to click the notification bell so you're notified every week when I upload. And in today's video we have a Sephora haul, and it is featuring the brand new Kayali Oudgasm collection. Yes, I purchased all 4 of them. So if you guys are interested in my thoughts on this brand new collection, then just keep watching. Okay, so I purchased mine from Sephora simply because I had a $100 credit with them. If you turn in 2,500 points or something like that, you get $100. So I went ahead and used my credit. Now I did purchase 1 full size and 3 of the minis. All right, so now moving into the actual fragrances. As you can see, I picked up 1 full size and 3 minis. These are a little bit more pricey than the normal Kayali fragrances, especially for a 50 ml. These all say intense. But the minis retail for $38 and then the full size retail for $140. So that is a pretty penny to spend on blind buying 4 full size fragrances. So I knew I wasn't going to do that. Now we are going to go ahead and talk about them. So before we get into the actual fragrance, I did want to say I do enjoy Kayali's packaging. It is always very pretty, very sleek. Now these particular bottles, they are all black bottles, but they all are color coordinated with the names on the bottles, so you know what color goes with what. So I do like that. They are black bottles, but you can actually see through them. So we're gonna go ahead and start with the ones that I was least excited to and move into the one that I was most excited. So my package just came today. I did already open them. I have sprayed all of them on my skin. They have actually been on my skin for about 3 hours at this point. So we can talk about these a little bit, but I am going to spray them on tester strips. This first one is Tobacco Oud, as I have already stated. Now this is one I seen the scent notes and I already knew that this is something that wasn't really in my scent profile family, but I wanted to try it anyway. Now one thing that I do want to say is that I feel like a lot of Kayali's fragrances, you kind of have to let them sit and macerate in your collection and they get a little bit better. I have noticed that with a few of her fragrances, including Yum Pistachio. I had bought that one when it first released and did a review. I will have a link below if you haven't already seen that, but I will say that that was not one of my favorite fragrances. I got rid of it and then I repurchased it in a travel size, and I do like it a little bit better, but I have not loved it enough to go purchase the full size again just yet. But it does smell better than it did in my initial review, I will say that. So it kind of makes me want to keep some of these and let them sit, but then I'm kind of just like, we'll see. So we're gonna go ahead and start with Tobacco Oud, and the scent notes in here are mandarin, white honey, geranium, vanilla, tobacco, and of course oud. Oud is in all of them. Now I will say I was excited for this collection, but I was a little bit nervous because oud is a very strong, heavy, thick, kind of sexy note that I'm not 100% sold on yet. It's not really in my scent profile. Sometimes it's a little bit too masculine for my liking, and I'm into more soft, pretty, sexy, girly fragrances, and sometimes oud just makes it a little bit too sexy for me. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and spray her on the tester strip. Now, like I said, I already knew that this was one that I wasn't going to be sold on. And I have to say that I'm not really sold on this one. And I don't think this is per se for me or in my scent profile family. I get a heavy blast of the tobacco on here. Very, very heavy. This is the most oudy of all of the fragrances, I think, out of 5. It was like a 4 out of 5 intensity of the oud, and I get that too. It's just really, really strong. It kind of reminds me of like a incense type of scent. and it leans a lot more masculine for me. This is one that I told my husband I will let him try to see if he likes this, but I know 100% sure that this is not anything that I want in my collection. I do get this thick, sweet honey note in here. I do kind of get that in here, but it's just very heavy on the tobacco and oud. Too much for me, especially on this paper, but when I let it dry down on my skin, it is still the same scent profile. It's just a little bit softer. So, you know, if you have something that is like way more sweet, you might be able to mix these two and tone it down a little bit. But as far as this being something that I want full size a bottle of, this is not horrible. It's not horrible by any means. As it sits on my skin, it warms up with my skin and it's nice, but it's just too strong and heavy for me. Some women can pull off very masculine scents, and that's fine. I'm not one of those that actually likes to even try to attempt to pull it off. So for me, this is a no. I want my husband to try this because I think this might work well with him, but for me, it's a no. It is a no for me and definitely comes in fourth place for sure. The next one we're going to talk about is Rhode Oud 16. And this was also one that I wasn't really looking forward to because I'm not really a rose fan, but I wanted to give her a try anyway. I really just wanted to try everything from this collection anyway. Let me go ahead and spray her. The scent notes in here are lemon, geranium, Bulgarian rose, vanilla Madagascar, cashmere wood, and oud. So again, this is one that I wasn't sold on because it is rose, and rose is really a hit or miss with me. So yeah, but this one actually is not too bad. I am growing a little bit in my scent profile, so I am branching off and trying new things, and rose is one I'm really trying to get equipped with and get a like for, because so many women love rose, but I haven't really found that many that I like that is like rose forward, and I feel like this is very much a rose forward scent. I get a heavy blast of rose in here. Now in the opening, I do smell like a little bit of that lemon and geranium in here, but it kind of quickly goes away and I am left with this very rose type of scent. It's very, very strongly rose. Now, what I will say is once this was sitting on my skin and it settled after about an hour and a half or so, it settled and I can still smell the rose. But it is better. It's definitely better. I get this sweet rose. It is kind of woody and sexy, but it is really, really nice. Now, is this one that I will need a full size bottle of? As of right now, no, I don't think it is. But that doesn't mean that later on down the line, I won't want a full size bottle of this. Couple of fragrance mists that I want to try out and mix with this to see if it makes me like it more, because I do smell the rose, but I kind of want to pull out more of that vanilla in here, and I don't really get a lot of the vanilla at first, but on my skin I do get a nice little soft mix of that vanilla in the background. But again, it still smells very heavily rose, but it's not bad. It smells way better on my skin than the paper. And I will say, if you guys get a chance to try these and you're not sold on what they smell like on tester strips, try them on your skin. I think they are a lot better on the skin than on paper. Yeah, it smells way better on my skin, but it's not super strong. at least on my skin, it's not super strong. I think all of these will stick to your clothing. A lot of fragrances do, but I didn't want to spray any on my clothing. I just wanted to put them on my skin and just test them out for now. I don't hate any of them. They all are really, really pretty fragrances. Way prettier than I thought, again, on my skin. I'm surprised. I really am surprised that I even like this at all. But I do enjoy this, and I can't wait to see the performance on this later on down the line and see what I can mix and match with this, because I'm so curious about this one. This is the one I'm probably most curious about because it is that. Right, so moving on to number 3, which would be Cafe Oud 19. Now, between vanilla and cafe, I was really close to picking up a full size of both of these because I do love me a good coffee scent. So this is the packaging. I'm gonna go ahead and spray her. The scent notes on here are cappuccino, geranium, rose Damascus, white musk, vanilla, and oud. So what I will say with this is strong. Like, it is strong. The coffee note or the cappuccino note in here, I do. It is strong. It is heavy. That is what I smell the most of out of everything. Like the cappuccino note is heavy and very, very thick in this one. But to me, when I think of cappuccino, I think of, you know, this is not a cappuccino, this is a latte, but when I think of cappuccino, this is what I think of. This is my Starbucks iced white mocha. This is delicious. I'm gonna put my recipe on the screen because that's good. Y'all gotta try that if you love coffee. But when I think of cappuccino, I think of something light, creamy, milky, very sweet. This to me is not that. This is giving me dark, rich black coffee. Like, it's super, super dark, super, super rich, super thick on the coffee note. I feel like that is what I smell the most. So I was really surprised when I originally sprayed this because I was like, this is not what I was expecting. I was expecting something very sweet, and I don't feel like that is this. I don't feel like that is this at all. But, okay, but after it has settled and sat on my skin, it smells amazing. This one, I really see myself purchasing a full bottle of this. I don't know if I am. I have to play with this a little bit more, but I can totally see myself purchasing a full bottle of this because it is so sweet. Once it dries down on my skin and sits, this is the cappuccino that I was looking for when I initially sprayed it. Even on this paper, it still smells extremely strong and thick, and it stayed on my skin really strong and thick for a minute. Like, I kept smelling it. Everything else was dying down a little bit, all the other fragrances. This is the only one that was really hard and almost a no for me. But now that it has sat on my skin and settled, it smells so much better. I do smell that rose in here as well. It's not too bad. And I think rose mixed with like vanilla or powdery or chocolatey note makes it better for me. And I feel like that's what this is. But the rose is very heavy and prominent on this tester strip. But on my skin, I don't really smell it as much anymore. So this is one that I, like I said, will consider purchasing full size of. And I do really like this one. It had tricked me for a moment because I was really close to being like, no. I do feel like this can lean unisex. It's good. It's really good. And yeah, I like this one a lot. All right, so moving on to the very last fragrance. So this is Vanilla Oud. I hadn't even smelled this, and I seen the notes, and I knew that I was going to want a full size bottle of this. And honestly, I'm so glad that I got it. I do love the full size, how the bottles, they do have the scent notes on the back. I'm glad she started doing that. Oh yeah, and it also has the notes on the back of the bottle, so I love that. So if you want to get rid of the packaging, you can, and you still have the scent notes on the back. So the scent notes in here are vanilla sugar. I'm sorry, I'm kind of moving back and forth. I'm standing up, so I can't be still. The scent notes in here are vanilla sugar, praline, saffron, white musk, oak moss, and oud key. So I will say, when I first sprayed this, I was immediately impressed. Like, I was like, oh yes, yes. And I want to say, same as Fashionista, so the Santa Maria said that they think the vanilla or the praline note in here is very similar to Yum Pistachio. And I have to agree, I do think it has that remnants of Yum Pistachio in here. And y'all know that was not my jam, but I don't know, something about this is super, super good, y'all. Like, super good. I feel like it's not 100% vanilla 28. It's not 100% Yum Pistachio. It's not 100% Silk Santal. Is that the one? The wedding set. It's not 100% any of those, but all of those put me in the mind of this fragrance. Like, if you took a little bit of all of those and mixed them together, I feel like you would get this fragrance. It is beautiful. This is by far my favorite. Obsessed with this scent. It is amazing. This is going to definitely be in my fall winter rotation. I'm excited to play with her. I'm excited to use her. I'm excited for her to sit in my collection and just get better, because you know, the longer they sit, the juice gets darker and they just get better. We won't speak on longevity because we don't know what these are doing, but these are supposed to all be intense. If I have to rank these, they will go for vanilla as number 1, obviously. Cafe is number 2, then rose, then tobacco. So those are my rankings of them. This is amazing. Like, I want to put her on so bad, but I'm not gonna put her on today. But yeah, they all smell so nice and pretty. I don't think when we knew Mona was doing a new collection, we didn't think that she was coming out with 4 brand new fragrances with this, and it appeals to a mass audience, and everybody can find something in this collection and get something and love something from this collection. The names on the bottles definitely are the standout notes in each fragrance, for me at least. All of them, I'm smelling exactly what they say they are. This is a beautiful, sexy, heavy vanilla. That is my quick little review, first impressions. I hope you guys enjoyed. Also, if any of you picked these fragrances up, please let me know what you thought about them, if you got them yet. I'm excited to watch more reviews and see what more people are seeing. So yeah, until next time, bye.